U.S. President Joe Biden on Tuesday called for a ban on assault weapons and tighter gun control measures as he stepped into the familiar role of grief counselor for a traumatized nation after a mass shooting left 10 people dead in Colorado. The mass shooting in Boulder followed a gunman's killing in the previous week of 8 people at spas in Atlanta, bringing new attention to U.S. gun violence. Flags at the White House were at half-staff until sunset on Monday to commemorate the Atlanta shooting victims. They flew at full staff for a few hours on Tuesday morning before being lowered again to mark the Boulder killings. Biden, whose personal life has been marked by the loss of his first wife and 2 children, offered his condolences to the families of victims, saying he and his wife, Jill Biden, were devastated by the deaths.
India has detected a double mutant variant of the novel coronavirus in 206 samples in the worst-hit western state of Maharashtra. The director of the National Center for Disease Control said the new variant was also detected in 9 samples in the capital, New Delhi. In a statement, the ministry said genome sequencing and analysis of samples from Maharashtra state found mutations in the virus that do not match previously catalogued variant of concern. On Wednesday, India reported 47,262 new infections over the previous 24-hour period, the highest since early November, taking its overall tally to 11.7 million.
Spaniards responded enthusiastically as health authorities began administering AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine again on Wednesday, ending a week-long suspension over potential side effects. Along with a dozen other European countries, Spain stopped using the shot early last week amid concerns of a rare blood clotting condition. But it revoked the suspension after Europe's Medicines Agency backed the drug. Under Spain's vaccination strategy, AstraZeneca's shots are given out to key workers, while Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna's drugs are reserved for elderly and clinically vulnerable people. Authorities have administered nearly 1 million AstraZeneca jabs out of a total of 6.4 million total vaccinations. Outside Atletico Madrid's Wanda football stadium, which has been converted into a mass vaccination center, people queued up to receive their injection.
Myanmar's junta freed hundreds of demonstrators arrested during its brutal crackdown on protests on Wednesday, while many businesses in Yangon remained shut and streets were deserted after anti-coup activists called for a silent strike. Several buses full of prisoners were seen driving out of Yangon's insane jail in the morning. There was no immediate word from authorities on how many prisoners were freed. The Assistance Association for Political Prisoners activist group says at least 2,000 people have been arrested in the military crackdown on the protests against the February 1st coup. Among those freed on Wednesday was Tain Zaw, a journalist for the Associated Press who was arrested last month, with AP citing him as saying the judge had dropped the charges because he was doing his job at the time of his arrest. Ships in the Suez Canal were being diverted to an older channel on Wednesday after a large container ship ran aground, blocking vessels passing through one of the world's most important waterways. About 12% of world trade by volume passes through the canal connecting Europe and Asia, and the Suez Canal Authority remains a major source of hard currency for Egypt. On Tuesday morning, a 200,000-ton ship ran aground in the canal. An investigation was underway. Sources said the mishap occurred because of bad weather. Operations to float and free the vessel began on Wednesday morning, adding that some delays to shipping were expected. It was unclear how soon the vessel would be free. The ship is 400 meters long and 59 meters wide and can carry up to 20,000 20-foot equivalent shipping containers. All the crew are safe and accounted for, and there have been no reports of injuries or pollution. NASA on Tuesday previewed the landmark planned flight of its Ingenuity helicopter on Mars, which will see an aircraft fly on another planet for the first time. NASA scientists said the launch of Ingenuity will be the end of a difficult journey that has taken 6 years. The Ingenuity landed on Mars on February 18th, attached to NASA's Perseverance rover, the most advanced astrobiology lab ever sent to another world. The Perseverance is on a mission to search for traces of ancient microbial life on the red planet. It is currently headed to an airfield on Mars, which it will deploy Ingenuity. The helicopter's first flight will take place at some point after April 8th, following an intricate setup protocol to deploy and charge Ingenuity that will take about 6 Earth days. The 1.8-kilometer helicopter, which has two 4-foot counter-rotating blades and a solar panel for power on its roof, will fly for a total of 31 Earth days, or 30 Martian sols. Flying on a red planet presented significant engineering challenges because of Mars's low gravity and the fact that its atmosphere is only 1% of the density of Earth.
A Banksy painting showing a young boy playing with a toy nurse as a superhero rather than Batman or Spider-Man sold for more than $20 million on Tuesday, setting an auction record for the elusive British street artist. Game Changer, which was unveiled last May at University Hospital Southampton, paid tribute to the frontline workers of Britain's National Health Service in their fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. The black and white artwork shows a young boy lifting a nurse, her arms stretched and wearing a cape, while traditional superheroes Batman and Spider-Man lie in a bin. In a Christie's auction streamed live, the painting sold for a hammer price of $19.85 million, with added fees giving it a final price of $23.1 million. Christie's said proceeds would go towards supporting the well-being of University Hospital Southampton staff and patients. Ice yachters from several countries gathered on Russia's Baikal on Tuesday for the DN Ice Sailing Week, where sportspeople braved the frigid Siberian cold as they glided across the frozen lake. Ice yachts use sails and glide across frozen lakes and can reach speeds of up to 100 kilometers per hour. Snowy conditions on the ice have slowed ice sailors down a bit, as sailing into snow pies can send the sleighs off course. Apart from Russians, ice racers from Germany, Switzerland and Poland took part in the competition this year. The Baikal Ice Race is open to the public and anyone can take part in the race. Ice yachting races have been held on Lake Baikal for decades.